Hey, while we're waiting on folks, let me tell you guys what we've done here. From the very beginning, I think it was maybe 7+ years ago, there was really one goal in mind when we launched FrontRunner, and that was to help agents do what they do it more efficiently, do it more cost effectively, save them time, and hopefully encourage them and their team members to even produce more. And so it has been quite a ride over 7 years. Number one, I've learned what it means to be in the insurance world. I was the only non-State Farm guy that was a partner. I've fallen in love with it. I tell my wife, I said, man, if I ever get fired at FrontRunner, I'm gonna go try to be a State Farm agent because it's great. But as we keep going, our commitment remains the same. We want to produce really great tools for agents, make them really affordable that hopefully just propel your agency to the top, right? With this brand new thing that we've rolled out today that I'm going to talk about here now, everything we've ever rolled out with FrontRunner, other than our premium support subscriptions a couple years ago, it has been an add-on. It has been all-inclusive. And so when FrontRunner Enterprises, which is the umbrella company that owns FrontRunner, created a brand new product, it is a separate entity now. We have now integrated with that new product. It's called Reviewzy, but it does take a whole lot of money and a whole lot of effort to keep that up. And so we're going to now start offering some add-ons that you can decide if it's a right fit for your agency. We're going to offer them at a really incredibly cheap fee, and hopefully the value you get out of it will be, literally second to none. So hopefully that is. All right, so here we go. What is Reviewzy? Before I share my screen and give you guys a quick tutorial, I know everyone's busy, so we're definitely not going to keep you in here for hours or anything like that. As I've talked to agents, and you would probably all agree, there may be nothing more important in your business than having amazing online reviews. Would you agree? I would assume so. And as I've worked with agents all over the country, some agencies are really great at getting online reviews. They just pour in over and over and over. And some agencies are struggling to get them. So we started asking questions, why? Why is it hard to get the online review? Do people not want to do it? And it really came down to two factors. The first is that it was a little bit of an awkward ask for team members. Now, I don't think it's awkward, right? I can talk to a wall, so it doesn't bother me as an extrovert. But for a lot of team members, it was tough. It seemed like it didn't fit into how they were closing the conversation. So that was number one. But the number two, the problem is that you ask that customer for a Google review, however you do it, it's got to rely on one thing. It's got to rely on them remembering to do it. And even if they remember to do it, the bigger issue is on that. Do they know how to do it? And so that's where Reviewzy comes in while we've launched this brand new add-on to help your team members and you to not only ask for the review very easily through our automated system, but it basically takes away all of the reasons why your customers can't leave a review, whether they forget or they don't know how. We make it really, really simple. And I'm super excited to show that to you today. Let me share my screen here and we're going to get going. So here obviously is the FrontRunner that you've grown to love. And you probably noticed on your FrontRunner screens, there's a brand new tab here called Reviews. And I've already connected this account, but if you go to your Reviews tab, you're going to see sort of some promo information and a one-click button that can help you to subscribe to it. Below that, there's also a video on that page that's a 13-minute demo in case you missed something or you need to talk about it. You can go watch that demo as well and get all the information that you need to make the best decision for your agency. Okay, so now when I go over to my Reviews tab, you're going to notice now that I've got a brand new Reviews dashboard. We call this the Reviews journey. But before I get there, let me give you the big scoop. So once you subscribe to Reviewzy, it's going to take you through a little wizard to set it up. And it's as easy as going to your settings tab. And then when you click on these connection buttons, it's going to connect you to your social platform. So you can connect your Google. And what's going to happen is that when you hit connect, look how easy this is. You can go and start typing in your business. So if I was Aaron, I could go type it in. I could say Aaron Warren State Farm. And look, I can click on his name right there, right? I also own a couple of print shops. So we're going to just do that one now. If you look at, I find my print shop, Minuteman Press here in Lexington, Kentucky, and I hit submit. And so what it's going to do, it's going to start bringing in all of your reviews right from Google, right into your dashboard. That's so you can get a good picture of the people that have already interacted with your business in reviews. And then it's going to show you the kind of growth that you're going to have by using Reviewzy inside of FrontRunner. So it does take a minute to usually gather these reviews. And also note that when you're bringing in Google reviews, it's only going to bring in, the last 300, maybe 325 reviews. But that's okay, because any new review that comes in, there's an unlimited amount of Google reviews that it will hold. So you'll notice I've connected to Google, and I won't connect to the other platforms just for the sake of time, but they're really simple. You just hit connect, and it'll take you through a couple little steps that you can connect your business Facebook page, or Yelp if you have that, or your Zillow if you have that. So what happens now is that you've got all of your review platforms all connected. Now comes about asking for a customer for an easy review. So check this out. What'll happen is you and your team can come up here to hit request reviews. And then you're going to see this little button that says new request. Watch this. I'm going to pretend like I'm going to request a review from myself, and I'm going to put Adam and then Northworthy. I don't need to put their email or their phone number in right now or anything like that, or ever. And I'm going to hit create. Now watch what happens. What's going to happen is you're going to see a custom link that is created for that customer. And you can see it's designated by this long sort of string here. Now, every time you generate a new review request, it's going to generate a custom URL. So you don't want to gang them up and send it to, the same customer. Now, what'll happen is there will be some little intro text here that you can customize all this text. I'm going to show you that in just a second. But the idea is that you would copy this custom URL, and then you would take it over to an approved communication platform. So if you're a State Farm agent, that would be for texting, it would be SF Connect, and for email would be your State Farm approved emails. Again, we always encourage you to check your compliance regulations, but if you're a State Farm agent, we're pretty secure to know that the platform that is approved for texting State Farm customers is SF Connect or your State Farm email. What you can do is your team can copy this link. Now you can take this and you can text it, or you can email it. Just for the sake of today, I'm going to email. All I'm going to do is I'm going to open up an email message. And so let me show you how this is going to work. All right, so let's just pretend like this is your team member. They've copied that link. They want a request for that customer to leave a review. I'm just going to email myself, and you'll want to have some little scripts in your office, but we're going to say, I'm going to pretend like I'm a State Farm agent, Adam, insurance agent, review. Obviously, you're going to come up with a better little tagline for that. Maybe it's, give us a review. And then watch this. I'm going to paste that text. Again, inside of Reviewzy add-on to FrontRunner, you can customize what this text says. But for right now, we're not going to worry about it. And maybe you can address the customer, Dear Adam, something like that. And then maybe you're going to say, thank you for your business. Thank you for visiting Adam's insurance agency, whatever you want to do. And then you're going to hit send. Now, watch what happens. Obviously, I sent it to myself, and you can, make it fancy, but watch what happens with your customers. Now they're going to click that custom link that you've created. Now, I've used a little local electrical company that I'm friends with here in town to borrow their logo. You're even going to be able to put your State Farm or your personal insurance agency logo right up here. You can control what this says. And now watch the magic and the beauty of Reviewzy. Because a lot of questions that we get is, Adam, why don't I just, give Google my business profile? Why don't I just put that in an email and send it? Why do I need your platform? Well, here's why. What we're asking is for your customers to just give a star rating at first. They just left your office. You've built it into your workflow that your team's going to send those review requests. Remember, there's no awkward ask, anything like that. Let's say they had not a great experience. Watch what happens. Let's say they rank you 1, 2, or 3 stars. You now have a private feedback box that they can say what happened. They can write whatever it is, maybe it wasn't clear, maybe something in the presentation wasn't right, whatever it is, maybe it wasn't a great experience. They can put a message in. When they hit submit, it goes to a private feedback section inside of your FrontRunner in your Reviewzy dashboard that you and your team can then respond to privately. Now, to remain Google compliant, we do have to put a little bitty link down here that still would let them leave a public review, but we've been beta testing this for over 6 months, and we have yet to find any negative feedback people skip this and go to that. But to remain compliant, we wanted to put that right there. So that customer that wasn't super happy, they fill that out. It goes into your private feedback box where then you and your team can deal with that, take care of the customer and make it right. But watch this. What if they loved your service, loved what you offered, which most of you, all your customers do? Now look what happens. Now it pops up. And again, you can customize all this text. Hey, we're so excited that you had a great experience. It would mean a lot to our business. Again, I was pretty just generic, but now it lets them leave a one-touch review to your page. Do you see that? Now you're actually on Google My Business, and then that person can just write a public review and hit post. It really is that simple. Think about the amount of great reviews that people will give if you just make it really, really easy. So what'll happen is that they've just given a great review, and in these requested reviews, you're going to be able to see what the status is of those links that you sent. So I'm going to hit that a refresh. I'm going to give you the stats. The stats are that in our beta testing, out of every 100 requests that were sent, 30 to 40% responded with some sort of feedback. And most of the time it was a positive Google or Facebook recommendation. So think about what that would do for every 100 people that you send it to. That's kind of how it's played out, that you would have 30 to 40 new positive reviews or recommendations or whatever it is on Yelp and Zillow. You would have that for every 100. My guess is you would probably take that. So look at this. If I go to request reviews, now you can see that I have clicked the custom link. That's why you don't want to send the same link to every person. If they left you negative feedback, you would see it right here. And then you could quickly click and see what they said. I just said test and see what they said. Now you could go view more, and you're going to actually be able to put response templates in here for your team to respond to negative feedback. And then they can just copy and paste and take this over to an approved communication platform. So that's how that will come in. Now your positive Google reviews, or the reviews that come in on any platform, are going to show up on a reviews tab. And it's going to look just like this. Reviews are going to come in automatically about every hour to hour and a half. And you're going to see my review at some point is going to pop right to the top. And so you'll be able to see all of your reviews. You can click quickly and see what they said about you. So this is the little Minuteman print shop. You can see this is actually coming from Google. And then you can even assign a follow-up to a team member to thank that customer for the review. It's easy to say, hey, just show me my Google, or just show me my Yelp, or just show me my Zillow reviews. Makes it really super, super simple. So you'll start to see those come in on your review journey. And when you first connect it, it's going to show a bunch of reviews coming in that same month that you started. But over time, you're going to start to see how Reviewzy really is impacting the amount of really great Google reviews that your business is receiving. Do you know why Google reviews are so important for your business? You probably already do, but let me remind you. Google reviews have everything to do with SEO placement. Whenever somebody's typing in your local area, best rates or great car insurance or great homeowners or where do I get a life insurance policy, Google is looking for multiple factors, but one of the big factors they're looking for is, well, what businesses have been providing that service successfully with satisfied customers? That's why Google reviews are so important, is because it puts you near the top of that. I have a couple questions really quick. Someone asked, is this State Farm compliant? The answer is that yes, it is. And the reason it is because you do not put your customer email in there, and you are not communicating with that customer via our platform. So really what you're doing, you're generating a custom link so you can track whether they clicked it, and then you're taking it over to an approved platform to be able to send that message. So absolutely 100% compliant. And that's why we built it in, right? So we could ensure that every agent can use it safely. Also, just as a reminder, if you didn't know, FrontRunner is a State Farm, not only compliant vendor, but we are a State Farm vendor with a master services agreement. That means we've been through the testing of that with State Farm, and they have signed a master services agreement with us. So not only are you with a vendor that's got a master services agreement with State Farm, we are following all of their compliance guidelines right here. but I can't stress enough. You want to make sure anything you do that you want to do it in the best view of compliance. But here, again, you're not entering emails, you're not entering phone numbers, you're not really giving any other data that you wouldn't give to just putting in the app in the sales form. So it should be just fine. Another question is, will it launch the Google review page even if they don't have a Gmail account? That's a great question. It will take them to the GMB area, but if they're going to leave a review, they would have to log into a Gmail or a Google account. That is one of the things that every provider out there has to abide by, because there's no way to leave a review without having a Google or a Gmail account. The great thing is through our testing, we found out that over 90% of people have that account. And we've actually found out that out of those 90%, over 60% were actually already logged in. So they didn't even have to log in to leave you a review. But no, those are great questions, ones that we thought about for a long time before we launched this. So that's not even the best part. So maybe you're asking the question about your agency: how can I ensure that my team members do this? Is there an easier way? And the answer is yes. So even from your sales page, when you go and you put in an app here, I'm going to put in just Adam, and I'll write it for Bruce Lee. I'm a big fan of Bruce Lee. And there's an issue date right there. And there's a premium, and we'll just put in some stuff just to do that. All right. I'm going to do just one sale, but you could do it as a household sale if you want. And now you can see I've entered that sale. So think about it. Your team's now entering this data, and they've got all their sales. Now, what I would do is, if you see I've got a bunch of columns over here. If this were my agency, I would probably take away the chargeback date. I don't need to see that right out of the gate. And I'm going to hit save there because I want to see my icons a little clearer. You'll notice now that on every single sale, you're going to have a review icon. This is how you can ensure that your team has submitted a Google review for every single one of your customers or your households. Now, if you want to submit a review, I just have to click that little review button. Okay, it's going to populate the name of my customer. I'm going to hit submit. And just like before, I'm going to come over here and copy that text with the link, take it over to a compliant messaging system for your company. It's that easy. And you'll notice that now that review request is going to also live on the reviews request area too. So it makes it easy as you, as the agent, can go through here and you can go and look and see that everyone's had a review requested. Now, what you can also do is under agency setup, step number 2, you'll be able to come in here, come into step number 2, and if you track activities on FrontRunner, and I hope you do, you'll be able to connect. It's kind of down here. If you get lost, no problem. Just ping our team in the office, and they'd be more than happy to help you. Down here in question number 15, you can even say when a review is requested, what tracking item do you want it to connect to? So every time your team member requests a review, generates that, it's going to log an activity. Now, one thing that it doesn't do yet, but it should do by the end of next week, is that a second question, number 16, which is when a review is received, what activity bubble would you like it to tick up, right? So you might have this one be review ask, and you might create a activity bubble called Google review received. You actually have bonuses and those kinds of things built on your team members getting Google reviews from customers. So that's exactly how you would do that. So you can go to the sales page, you can have your team request all those. It's easy for you as the agent to see that all of your people have been asked for a review. You can come over here to the reviews dashboard and you can see your journey over time, see all of those reviews. And the one thing I didn't show you yet, there is a reports tab that can show you your growth. I'm not going to go there on this call, but you can go to your settings and account. And you'll notice where we connected all these accounts, there's a place called communication settings. This is where you can upload your logo and you can actually control all of that text that's living on your Reviewzy add-on. So, rather than say, thank you for your business, you can say, thank you for visiting Adam's insurance agency. Whatever you want it to be. This could even be long. There's not even a character limit in here. So you could make this a longer spot. And then so you'll also see, maybe it's even you want to make a template, just put an underline so that your team knows, oh, I need to fill in my name there. Maybe there's a, thanks Adam's insurance agency. Then when your team copies it, so watch, I'll even show you this. I'm going to hit save now. But now if I go back to my reviews tab, and let's just say I'm going to request a review right there. And let's just hit new request. And I'm going to say Adam number 2. I'm going to hit create. Now you're going to notice that that template has changed. So now I can copy that and then take that over to an approved communication device for that. So this is Reviewzy. We're really excited about it. Again, after, gosh, it's actually almost a year of beta testing, really 6 months of intense beta testing. This has been helping so many agents all across the board get more and more reviews, not only on Google, but on Facebook. And if you just want to connect your GMB, you can do that as well. But we think this is the tool that so many agencies need to get something that we think is maybe not as crucial, but I can't tell you how important it is to your business. And again, remember, FrontRunner's owned by agents, made by agents, run by agents. And so the whole goal is that we just want to help other agents do what they do it more quickly, do it more efficiently, and maybe even have some fun on this. So, okay, that is the whole call. That's what I wanted to show you. So what's the price? The price is $50 a month. And if you look at, we've got some competitors in the field that you can do a review request. The cheapest one starts at $300. And so there's a lot of technology that goes into this. And so we're offering it for $50, or you would be grandfathered into that price for the life of your subscription. This will go up, and it'll actually probably go up pretty soon. So we want to make sure that we offer some of our early adopters the absolute best price. In fact, that we've probably got some people on the call that are still paying the $50 for the whole platform. So we honor our word on that. So it's $50. It's easy to sign up right from your reviews tab. There is no contracts, no setup fees, none of that. In fact, it's actually really easy to set up on your own. If you come over here and click Setup Wizard, you'll notice that you can just literally follow the setup wizard. And if for some reason something doesn't make sense, you can click on tutorial video, and we give you that tutorial video. But you might be like, Adam, I still don't get it. No problem. We have a team here that's here to help you set it up. But again, you can probably set it up within 5 or 10 minutes on your own and get your team using it. That's what I've got, man. We would be honored for you to try this add-on. Jump in, try Reviewzy. You're really not going to regret it. And we're going to watch your Google reviews, Facebook recommendations just explode.